on the bright side. Kerghan loves me. And yes, he certainly does look very intimidating and awe-inspiring.
I would think not. Although the presence of Aranax tells me you already know much of my tale. At least as much as he deemed necessary in order to bring you into his confidence.
I've heard his side of the story. Tell me yours.
My life in the world you call Arcanum seems so very distant. The memories clouded like those of a child, and a child I was then, probing the darker magics, given glimpses of the truths yet to come.
The Council. Were they right about the magics? Look at you.
Yes. Look at me. And what do you see? A monster? An abomination? You've no idea what I've discovered. You see with eyes tainted by life, and all which that accursed state embodies. My vision is clear because of those magics you hold in disdain. And the Council, it is they I have to thank for it.
But they punished you. Why would you thank them?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magicka who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
I don't understand.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
I understood that completely. My character with 20 intelligence on the Troika Railroad did not. You know, I wouldn't mind hanging out here. Not gonna lie, Raven, if you want to spend time here, that'd be pretty cool. Also, Java, I'm very happy that a new version of you is ready to be installed. But I don't want to click there to continue. As it turns out, I am playing Arcanum. He'll probably go away eventually. The Dark Elves thought they were calling to Aranax.
Yes, I know. Ironic, isn't it? It was on my ears that their feeble and pathetic cries had fallen. To me, Kerghan, who had defeated their master and thrown him in chains. Kerghan, who had manipulated them into subverting the Bonari and weakening the wards. Kerghan, who used them to send me the dwarves of the Black Mountain clan, who have now finished the bridge back to Arcanum.
But why? If you like it so much here, you must know.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what? What is it you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within and lay there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable? Peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great, dead sea, not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead, called to them from this side, pulled them from their silent rest?
I have.
Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain.
Yes.
Pain when torn into this wakefulness. This reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos.
Huh.
I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
I like the ring. Sort of ring, if you will. I suppose that's a different sort of way to look at things.
Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you?
Of course, Virgil.
What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of, felt the peace and serenity of that great dead sea. It's not something I'll ever forget.
But what are you saying, Virgil? Do you agree with Kerghan?
Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow. But there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you. Whatever your choice.
You know, Virgil, now that we're at the end, I think I can gloss over all of the horrible things you've done to me, even in this session. Thank you.
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
I suppose this is something that he's learned to do over, 2,000 years or whatever. I mean, however long he's specifically been in here, I'm not entirely sure. I forgot. I'm the same level as he is. And yet, I certainly don't get to look that cool, and I don't have as much awesome stuff, and I haven't done all the stuff that he's done. He's level capped too, right, guys? Right, and he loves me, damn it. That's got to count for something. Oh, well, maybe he kills me because he loves me. And he wants to end my suffering. Ooh, shit. An interesting point of view. I would like this immortality. And I would like chaos to end in order to reign. I can see the merit it holds.
And why not? I realize that you follow the way of the righteous, or at least that's the role you've decided to play. But you've yet to see the other side. Follow me, and I'll show you things you've never imagined.
Step into this man. Your offer is tempting, Kerghan. Perhaps.
Are you daft, man? Are you not listening to what this madman is proposing? He will kill every living being in both realms, including you.
I believe what he's saying makes sense.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You would willingly throw away the lives of everyone you have ever known?
Look at your life, Aranox. Pain, agony, suffering. Standing in that prison for 2,000 years. He's offering peace.
I might choose a different path if I had my life to live again. But I wouldn't trade the life I had for non-existence. It is how we deal with our pain that defines who we are. Life is a privilege, and it is not to be thrown away lightly.
But we all end up dead eventually. Why suffer needlessly?
How can you be so certain our suffering is pointless? Do you have some intimate knowledge of the master design of creation the rest of us are unaware of? And you are correct. We all end up dead eventually. But the life we have is so short compared to the eternity we are dead. Why would you rush headlong into oblivion? If anything is certain at all, it is the eventuality of death.
You won't even entertain the idea that he might be
I
right?
don't need to. I know he is wrong, and I've had enough of this discussion. It is time for you to make your decision. Whose side are you on?
As if there was any fucking doubt. Let's put an end to this lunatic's existence.
Very well. I shall send you to that great Dead Sea, and then you shall know.
I mean, it's been pretty easy. Also, I certainly don't have the power to transform to that, I don't think. I suppose that's what you learned after fucking 2,000 years. Also, we get to listen to that beautiful sound effect. Let's cast this. It's the final battle, right? Let's go ahead and turn my personal volume down, because I had it up to listen to the cool Necromancer man talk. I don't know what kind of cool spells will work on you. Let's try some things. I didn't really do a whole lot. That kind of did a bit more. What if I tried outright disintegrate you? Well, what do you know? He's immune to disintegration. I'm not surprised. Well, he's been knocked out apparently. That's pretty cool. Oh, there we go. There you go, Aranox. Get him. Get him. Get him, Aranox. What if I try to... Well, first, I need to not be stupid. What if I try to quench his life? What kind of damage output are we looking at there? 14. What if I try to stasis him? He hates me. He used to love me. He loved me, damn it. What kind of other things do I have here? Well, why don't we just summon undead outright, right? What the hell? I want to make an undead champion like those guys did against me. The Wall of Force? Nah, I don't think we'll use that. Since hidden, I don't really think we've encountered much in the way of hidden stuff. I think you can, like, push them back. I don't think there's a need for that. Go ahead and drink this. And, let's get to it. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Well, Aranox is certainly getting targeted. Okay. Well. Lightning bolt. Yes, I'm going to announce my attacks to you guys. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. And pause. And lightning. Damn if he doesn't have a lot of health. I don't think my attempts to paralyze him really worked out there. Ooh. Looks like I have an A lord slave to deal with. Get out of my face, slave. Slave. Alright, let's use our final one of those. And keep at it. Submit! Teamwork! Teamwork! Okay. Oh shit, I fucking knocked my... I thought being at 0 would be sufficient, and it wasn't. For whatever reason, I had a fucking brain fart. Shit. Well. I think he actually is successfully paralyzed. Well, he was. Damn, I actually thought I'd succeed on this in the first try. Well, fuck. Hell, maybe I still will. Yeah, he went into his shield. I guess that's it. Good job, guys. We actually got to see them, like, fucking... His armor broke. Wow. That's pretty impressive. I think. Let's go ahead and, eat a bean, because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna eat a fucking bean. Guess you didn't really need to eat it, huh? I guess it's only a full heal. Apparently full heal is different in the text of this, and, fate point-wise. Well. We'll use one of the magic beans. Listen to that fucking water sound. I ate a bean for this! First try. Hell, I guess the bean wouldn't have done me any good, though. I would have had to use one of my 6 fate points. Make it stop! Make the sound stop! This fucking game. Alright. These dwarves, man. Maybe we'll leave Krakator over on the other side, yeah?
The defeat of Lucan and his henchmen, coupled with your freeing of the ghost of Bessie Toon, enabled Shrouded Hills to grow and become a thriving community once again. A new silver vein is discovered in the old Bessie Toon mine. Workers pour into town by the dozens, and within a few years, Shrouded Hills is a bustling boomtown.
Oh, great.
Such towns often have problems keeping the peace. Shrouded Hills has no such trouble, mainly due to the efforts of their new sheriff, Doc Roberts.
I get to relive all of my previous decisions.
Maximilian was returned to Dernholm, and all of Cumbria rejoiced in the return of their rightful king. Under the new rule of Maximilian, Cumbria quickly grew into a powerful nation, embracing both magic and technology. And once again, the proud banner of the Dragon Knights flew from the ramparts of Dernholm Castle, set there by their new captain, Liana Peldar. Because you convinced the mayor of Blackroot to rejoin Cumbria, there is a small struggle between Maximilian and the Industrial Council concerning ownership of the town. Maximilian was determined to defend his own, and he was successful in doing so. Under the protection of their new king, Blackroot grew into one of the most important port cities in all of Arcanum. Loghaire Thunderstone never returned to his people, and a distraught and confused Ranver assumed leadership over the Wheel clan. Without a strong king, the Dwarven clan splintered, and a bloody war followed. In time, Ranver gathered enough followers to put an end to the conflict, but the dwarves were never the same again, secluding themselves forever from the outside world. The Bedouin continued to live in the dark fens, fighting here and there with loggers and poachers, but mainly keeping to themselves. They continued to live the primitive lives of nomad hunters, and they never spoke with the elves of Kintara again. Upon returning to Arcanum, Arronax buried his father on the Isle of Thanatos. Later he traveled to the Vendigroth Wastes, and there used his powers and single-handedly raised the city from the ruins it had become. Vendigroth again became a place of awe and wonder. Yet, after all of this, Arcanum is still what it always was, a place of possibility, a place of change. One thing is certain, and that is that nothing at all is ever certain in this place. Who's to say what the future holds for the land we call Arcanum?
That's it, huh? I'm not sure at all how I feel about that ending. The game doesn't even allow you to continue playing in the world. Just boots you straight out. Huh. Well, with Log here and the Wheel Clan's appearance there, I wonder perhaps if I had been smarter, my character at the time, to hear of things from Randiver, or whatever the hell his name was, or perhaps more persuasive and able to speak with Log here a bit more in depth, maybe I could have prevented that fate. Not a whole lot popped up, but then again I didn't do a whole... Like, there's so many side quests and stuff that I simply just bypassed. Huh. You know, I feel the ending there makes me feel like I was playing like an old, Nintendo Entertainment System game or something of that sort. And don't mind me, I'm going to turn the volume for you folks down here in this cutscene area as I'm uploading the videos to YouTube. It makes me feel like that, if only because of just, I thought the ending would be more intricate than that. And just sort of crashed into me with a bit of an abruptness. And gives me an incomplete and somewhat hollow sensation. Which is regretful. You know, I didn't get to hear the stories of what became of Virgil. Nor Raven. I got to hear some stuff about Arronax. How he single-handedly raised Vendigroth. And buried his father. I suppose Dad, Nazradin might have kicked the bucket after, utilizing his energy to fucking send us there. That final boss fight prevailed in one try. That was even with me having a little bit of a goof there at the end. That was even with Arronax, I suppose at the end there he was throwing his fire. So, I suppose we got to see that. I got to keep my 6 fate points. That's cool. Yeah. Arcanum. This has been a journey. A journey that I started 11 months ago. This was my most requested game on the Rewarding the Rewarders list. Quite a number of people were interested in seeing it in action. And so we have. There's so much content I haven't explored or seen in the game. And so much content, as I believe I noted earlier this session, I don't think I will. I prefer tabletop games over digital RPGs. The feeling that I can make my own choices, or at least the choices of the character, not predetermined, like written in dialogue options, and the group exercise, and the freeformness, and so many other reasons, just lead me to like digital role-playing games less. That being said, there is certainly an immense world, very detailed and highly intricate here in Arcanum. The instruction manual, so many books of lore within the game itself, so much exploration and possibilities, an entire avenue, technology that I really didn't explore, which buying those tech books from the bookseller certainly could have. I had so much money at my disposal, so much wealth, from all the magic items I simply didn't use. Just stored away in my barrel of fun and profit. Now that there's a portal to the void, maybe my character can hang out there for a while, Don't have to worry about aging and dying, right, Raven? Sure, it might not be that exciting, but there's still plenty to explore out there. There's Krakator. Didn't do much of anything with him. But Gorgoth didn't even speak to him. And Bane of Kree, made him a bit angry. And we destroyed his, the Vangelion, Scimitar, Death, Blade, whatever. And Stringy Pete, I don't even think he could have prevailed against me at the end there. Not with the kind of power I was slinging around. Disintegrate, man. Really, the magic build in general resulted in quite a lot of fun and profit for everyone who... Everyone named me. Became a master of black necromancy. Really, this was the longest session I've ever had of this game, and certainly had quite a bit of fun and action. Yeah, that ending. We're getting into the credits here of our cast. Virgil and Raven listed there at the top. Simeon Tor. Yes, Simeon Tor. Silver Lady, Kan Huan the narrator. Zana Luria, yes, I remember her as a possibility to join me. And she said I was too nice. Loghair, and Kerghan, and Gilbert Bates, Magnus, Aronax, Gar, Joachim, and Nasruddin, all voiced by Jim Ward. Franklin, Torian, Mingorod, and Jeffrey. Franklin. Jeffrey. Don't really remember those characters that well. This has been a playthrough that has gone through a lot of real-life time. It's difficult for me to recall the details at the start. So ultimately, my character, it seems, was fated to have this encounter, this moment with Kerghan the Necromancer. It is why a powerful mage waited in Tulla and set a bunch of clues so that the Wanderer could end up encountering him and speaking with him. It is why a dwarf went so far as to shave his beard and has rushed through a portal to convey a message. All the stars seem to align, which is what they tend to do in games like these anyway, right? Don't regret the time I spent playing, but of course this was to fulfill a request. 3 requests. I certainly don't think I would have played this game without those requests, and I really can't say I'd come back and play this game again. It's got a lot of features and a lot of content, and so many options and variables, so much I haven't seen, so many options and possibilities, which, in comparison to a digital game, especially if it's time. But I am a sucker for the tabletop role-playing. Those are the credits. I suppose at this point, no concern about spoilers. Feel free, as always. Well, maybe not as always, because I have had a zero-tolerance policy with spoilers in this playthrough. But for this, now all bets are off. Leave your final feedback. If there's something that you thought was really cool or interesting that transpired in the playthrough, or something that I missed that you, for whatever reason, find cool or interesting, or something that you think I would have found cool or interesting, well, maybe you're right, maybe you're not. I don't know. That's the beauty of having never done something. We can just keep the anticipation and the imagination in our heads without really having to see whether we're right or wrong. That's my takeaway. Not a bad game. It's not something that's in my wheelhouse. A little aggravating to record. Not a bad game. Very detailed and intricate. But I just look at what the game provides, and I look at tabletop role-playing, and I just don't see Arcanum as being a superior or even an equivalent experience. But, you know, not everyone functions in a tabletop group. It's not everyone's cup of tea. That ending, though, maybe it's just because I didn't do enough in the world, I guess. Would have liked to at least gotten like a paragraph about Virgil, Raven, like what my character might have done after it all. I suppose it's all left up to my headcanon, though. And in my headcanon, my character is laughing every day about that stupid Magnus. And enjoying his life, having received the blessing of Gestiana. Orgies for days. You mean, he can disintegrate people. Then he can raise them from the dead, or he can, like, call up their spirits and mock them for being fools. He can rip their souls from their flesh, or disintegrate their flesh. I mean, really. And then he can teleport around the world. And, he can see hidden things. That's neat, right? And then he can judge people for having incorrect alignment goals. My character was a very good guy. I guess. Oh well. That takes care of this playthrough for me. Longer than I thought in real time I'd spent with the game, but on the bright side, I did actually get to see it through to the end. And I don't regret that. I don't regret the experience at all. Does it mean I'd redo that? I'd play the game all over again? I can't say I'm that interested in exploring technology. Nor can I say I'm that interested in dealing with some of the bugs that appeared towards the end of this playthrough, like a teleporting Virgil. Thanks, Verge. I'll cherish that always. But, I've dallied around enough. I've enjoyed your company along this trip. The comments and feedback I've received over these 11 months. All the dragons' jokes involving Virgil come to mind. But there is another adventure ahead of us, I'm sure. We can leave the world of Arcanum behind. Sounds like it's great now. All full of technology and magic and wonder. Vendigroth has been entirely resurrected. Aeronox is out there in the world somewhere, and Krakator might be too. Just a few final moments with this game before I call it a night. Or a morning in my case. Take care, everyone.